Are you wondering if a girl's being horny around you or just flirting? Unlike men, girls use their bodies, words, and the way they act to convey that they have a thing for you, and they expect you as a guy to figure it out and make some moves. But sometimes guys miss the hints, and that's not great. To avoid that, here are 10 clear signs to tell if a girl is aroused or just flirting, so stick to the end because the last might be what you need. Number 10, she's clingy and touchy. This is no rocket science. If you want to know if a woman's into you, watch out for signs of being close and touchy. When her hands start going to places they don't usually go and things get a bit blurry between normal and unwelcome touch, you might be onto something. But let's be real, there's no such thing as unwelcome touching in the guy world when it comes to girls. It doesn't mean she'll grab your privates right away though. Her touching might be subtle, like a special invitation for you to do the same, and she's saying she's okay with it. Why? Because touching stirs up feelings, especially when it's nice. It makes you feel closer to the person you're touching. For example, a female friend of mine known as Geraldine once shared, "I don't know how it happens. I just get touchy when I'm in the mood. My boyfriend always knows. I get super touchy, trust me." She can do this by getting really close to your face or body, giving you hugs, wrapping her arms around you, maybe her foot rubbing against your leg, or sometimes whispering close to your ear. Number 9, she stares a lot. We're not talking about those regular stares. We mean weird ones, strange ones, the kind that make you think about some grown-up stuff. A woman who's feeling horny will certainly project it. She might want to show her interest by flirting with you. One way she flirts is by giving you those weird looks that can make you feel all sorts of emotions. But when she wants something deeper, otherwise known as eye sex or eye f***ing, you'll notice she keeps giving you those seductive gazes, hoping you'll understand. And when you do, she might get a little shy, blush, and give that come closer smile, maybe even a little lip bite. Now, when this happens, don't be an idiot. Go ahead, approach her, and talk to her. Number 8, the tone of her voice will change. When she wants to seduce you, she'll use a deeper, more captivating voice. To add that touch of sensuality, she'll lower her tone. But when she's feeling all romantic and primal, her voice takes on a deep, breathy quality that's sure to stir some intense emotions. Even though she won't go all Darth Vader's voice transformation on you, you'll still sense a shift in her tone. It happens because her breathing becomes shallower, giving her voice that sexy, breathy undertone. This happens to every woman when they're feeling turned on. Usually when they're flirting with you, they use a soft and gentle voice to connect with you emotionally. But when she switches to those deep, seductive tones, it's like an invitation to a more private space. Why? Because it means she feels comfortable and safe with you. Number 7, she flaunts her best assets to you. You've probably noticed this. When a girl unties her hair clip, bends down to chat, shows a bit more cleavage, wears a v-neck with a push-up bra, those snug yoga pants, or just looks extra nice even in a casual meetup, it's a sign she's really into you. While guys might keep it simple with a shirt, pants, and sneakers, girls, especially when they're interested in you, go all out to look their best when they're around you. So if she's paying attention to every detail of her outfit and even the perfume she wears, just know that she's getting hot inside and she wants you to grab her. Number 6, she lets you touch her. This could be described as the unmistakable sign prior to the point of no return. Girls, even the most flirty ones, are pretty sensitive when it comes to being touched. So if you're feeling bold and want to be sure she's horny and she's okay with you touching her, well, then there's no need for further explanation because you can guess what's coming next. But be cautious and take it easy. No sudden moves like sliding your hand under her blouse. Instead, make it romantic and sort of a ritual to build up that exciting tension between both of you. Start with your hands on her waist, move up to her arms, and gently caress her neck. Pay attention to the spots she likes being touched. She might guide you in the right direction. Number 5, your conversations are kinkier than usual. Imagine whenever you're with her, she keeps asking super personal questions or dropping those suggestive remarks right in the middle of the chat, especially the sex aspect. It's a big sign she's getting aroused. Verbal teasing is like a big flashing sign that she's feeling horny. See, girls are kind of tricky when it comes to this stuff. They often use subtle signals, but when she's urgent, she gets pretty direct. She might playfully bring up sexy things in a regular conversation, talk about her favorite sexual positions or past experiences, or even ask you about your own history in that sexual area, topics that girls don't usually discuss openly. When she goes there, the best way to respond is to keep up with her, but just a step back, using the right amount of sexual extreme talk that can make her hornier. Number 4, she bites her lips. Usually it might happen while she's giving you those intense looks, or maybe when she's casually grabbing stuff. If she's biting her lip when talking to you or looking at you, chances are she's feeling pretty intense. Let's tell you about John's experience. He met this girl at work, and they started as regular lunchtime pals. But over time, he noticed that she got more interested in his life and everything. What really caught his attention was the more they chatted each day, she always bit her lip and gave those seductive looks. John was a bit puzzled by it all, not realizing that this girl was no longer just flirting. She wanted something deeper, something personal and more intimate. And to bring John into the picture, she sent signals, hoping he'd make a move. So when you see a girl sending you those lip-biting signs, even during jokes or conversations, it's a surefire hint that she's already feeling horny. Aside from lip biting, you will notice that her focus at that moment will be your lips. She usually looks into your eyes, but this time she'll stare at your lips. Why is she doing this? Because at that moment, she's already lost in you, and those reactions you see are a way of telling you that I really want to kiss you right now. Or she might also kiss you directly because she can't wait any longer. Number 3, she's complimenting how good you look. Usually, this kind of behavior might just seem like playful flirting, but when she starts turning everything into sexual compliments, that's a different story. When she's sexualizing everything you do and objectifying you, it takes things up a notch. Most times, she lets you know how she's lost seeing your looks. She might make other compliments that are far more unusual. Being treated like a, well, hunk might not always be the way to go, but deep down, let's be honest, every guy has that secret fantasy of being chased and admired by lots of ladies. Alright, maybe not to the extreme, but women can do the same when they're really into someone. She might mention how strong your arms, chest, or shoulders are, or she might compliment how those new pants fit you well, backside, just perfectly. Take note, when she's doing this, she opens your heart and desire towards her. Not only that, she also wants you to visualize her anytime you're alone, always remembering those words and taking action to seize her immediately. Number 2, she's distracted and perhaps agitated. A girl once told my friend straight up that she gets horny and can't think straight when she's with him. Sounds like a good sign, right? Listen, you'll always see her in this behavior. She might seem completely distracted and maybe even a little agitated. See, when a girl's aroused, her body goes through some changes. Her heart beats faster and she breathes heavier, which can make her feel a bit, well, uncomfortable. It's why she says she feels hot. And when she's really turned on, it's super tough for her to focus on anything else. That's where she is right now. Number 1, she'll make out with you. Sometimes this might be her version of foreplay. She might lead you to a comfy spot, like the couch or bed, and instead of just a few innocent pecks, she'll plant passionate kisses on you. She might even start with a bit of, well, stroking to get you both in the mood for something more physical. Now, when you kiss, you're swapping a bit of saliva, and in that saliva is a thing called testosterone. It's a hormone that can crank up your desire, and that intense kissing, it does something special. It releases dopamine and oxytocin. These are hormones that make both of you feel really happy and super excited. Even when a woman is feeling aroused, she usually likes her man to step up and take the lead. The reason she's dropping these hints like a trail of rainbows is to tell you she's horny and wants you to make a move.